words. For example, your feeble attempts to intimidate me only highlight your own inadequate insecurity.
You're right. I promise I'll never bully you again. Now, don't try to be too much of a clever dick like Einstein, because when he was bullied at school, he came up with the theory of E equals mc squared. Now, this was not a particularly good answer to being bullied, because this was the effect. Not recommended. OK, now the last method of dealing with bullies is acting the fool. Now, in this demonstration, I shall play the bully and Simon will play the fool. And what he'll do is he'll try to put me down with his cool, witty humour. OK, so I'll be the bully. Oi, mate, what do you think you're staring at? Well, you see, Simon's done well. There he is, he's put me down, and I'm left feeling stupid and embarrassed, where he remains cool, calm, and very witty.
Can I take this off now, Trev?
No.
Oh, why not?
Well, because I said so.
Oh, I like it anyway.
Oh, dear, what's this? What?
Welcome to Video Vote. Here are our studio video voters this morning. We've got Jules Holland from Squeeze. Hello, Jules, welcome. Annabelle Giles, Annabelle. And we've got Dennis Taylor. And we'll just check that our two phone video voters are with us. We've got Kerry Sellens of Haverhill in Suffolk. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, Kerry. And Ian Patterson from Kilmarnock in Ayrshire.
Hello.
Are you there, Ian?
Yes, hello.
Do we get to see a picture of you as well? Oh, yes, you're right behind me there. I can see you.
Do we vote
there you are.
Do we vote on his picture or...?
I think probably in secret.
OK.
Yeah, in secret you can vote. Let's get straight on with video number 1 this morning. It's a second potential hit, I think, for Glenn and Chris. See what you think. It's Goodbye. From Glenn and Chris, their follow-up to Diamond Nights. Now, I'm going to ask our phone video voters what they think first. If you want to have a listen to what they're saying, then you can listen through your phone, but don't worry otherwise. Let's see what Kerry Sellens thought of that.
Well, I didn't really like the video much. It didn't fit in with the song, but this is a hard record to put a video to, really. The song was all right, it's quite catchy. I think it sounded like a Eurovision Song Contest entry, as this sort of style goes down well there. And how about calling themselves Hoddle and Waddle, as it attracts more attention than Glenn and Chris?
They're trying to shake this off, it is Hoddle and Waddle, and I think it's a mistake. I agree with you. What do you give that for the song, first of all, Kerry?
For the song I'll give 3, and
3?
for the video I'll give 2, so
all right.
5.
5 out of 10 so far. Now let's go to Ian. Ian in Kilmarnock.
I didn't like the song very much. It was a bit slow. But the video I didn't think it looked very good. I thought Glenn and Chris looked out of place when they were dancing in front of the group, so I didn't like the video very much.
OK, so marks out of 5 for song?
I'd give the song 2. And the same for the video, didn't like that very much.
So what would you give that?
A 2 as well.
2. So we've got 9 so far. Let's now go to our studio voters. Dennis, tell me what you thought.
Well, I thought the song was quite catchy, so... I think,
like it?
Yeah, I think it's quite catchy. The video I wasn't so keen on. I think they dance better on the football field, don't they, the boys? But, no, I quite like the song. I think it'll do all right for them. I'll give the song 4 and the video 3.
Quite like it, quite like it. Thanks very much. 7 from Dennis. That's got 16 marks out of a potential 50. So let's see if we can build it up a bit. Annabelle,
Well,
you are known for being blindingly honest.
Yes, I'm afraid I'm not your man to build up the marks. I don't understand why, when people are suddenly successful, they have to bring out a record. It's like it's obligatory. Suddenly everyone releases it. Why pick on the music business? Why not bring out a line of socks instead, or something useful instead of a bit of plastic that nobody likes? So, for the song, I think I'd give it 1 because I found it instantly forgettable. And the video, well, at least the fat ties have gone from footballers, so 3.
I don't think you should sit on the fence. I think you should say what you mean, Annabelle. I really do. Yeah, OK, 20. 20 altogether so far. Jules?
You did beat around the bush there. I should just like to make one thing very
Go for it,
importantly
Jules.
clear that Glenn Tilbrook and Chris Diffett are in Squeeze are in no... This wasn't them. And this isn't more Squeeze promotion. It looked like them, yes, I know. I know that. They did... no, I thought it was very good. I thought that Kerry, was it? Kerry was very observant in saying Eurovision. I think there was something Eurovision about it. I couldn't quite think when it was. And I don't know if I were to suddenly go and play football, what they'd make of me. But I think...
But you would you? Would you suddenly go and play football? Launch yourself as a
I doubt whether I'd be
professional?
invited. Somehow I have that feeling. Yeah, if Dennis were to make a record, I'd buy it on principle because I know it would be good. But I'm afraid it wasn't right up my street.
OK, let's forget the creepy factor now. What marks are you going to give it?
Oh, none whatsoever.
None at all, either for video
I'm
or...
sorry, but
Right, OK, so that gets 20 marks.
I mean, I like
Glenn
them. I'm
and
sorry, they're very
Chris.
nice. I don't nothing personal.
More marks for the
Not
football
my
from the
cup of tea.
record. Fair enough, Jules. Thanks, everybody, so far. Now, on to video number 2. I wonder if it's going to get a slightly different reaction. This is from Erasure. It's the remix of The Circus. See what you think of it. Remix version of The Circus from Erasure. Let's go to the phone straight away, and let's go to Ian first this time. Ian, what did you think of that?
I like the song. I think it could do well in the charts, but the video was also good. In places, it's quite hard to work out what you're actually looking at in the video.
You've got quite careful at that, don't you? So what does that reflect in your marks here?
Well, I'd give the song 4, but I think I'd only give the video 3 because in places it's hard to work out what you're looking at.
But you thought that distracted from the song, then?
I didn't think it distracted from the song, but it did from the video.
You didn't think they went together terribly well. Right, 7 out of 10 from you then, Ian. What about Kerry?
Video was brilliant. Original, colourful and interesting. Really well balanced between the group and the circus theme. The song was good too. It really creates the circus atmosphere.
So what are your marks then?
I'll give the video 5 and the song 4. It's a 9.
Not bad. That's
don't
one of our
feel
highest marks so
related
far.
to that one,
Jules, what do you think of it?
I'm not related to them in any way, no.
No.
But I did think that perhaps the video, I thought we had maybe a bad copy of it first because it was so sort of distorted and cloudy looking. But I thought it was very good. There it is again, looking all cloudy.
You don't think that
Very
looks
cloudy,
intentional?
isn't it? A lot of problems with light they seem to have there.
Maybe it
Perhaps
was
they
a
had
cheap film.
a bit of a net curtain in front of the camera. But I liked the song. I thought it was a good song. It could have been a bit more acoustic instead of electronic, I thought, for my money. But I liked it. It was my cup of tea, and they're good fellas having a good go. So I go with that, yes.
Any marks for this one at all?
Oh, yes. Oh, generosity is my watchword.
I think that was the first time ever we've never had somebody not giving any marks for anything before. So what about this one?
I'd give them 5 and 5, I suppose. 10, yeah.
10?
Well, you know, so everything's black and white for me. It's either fantastic or forget it.
No half measures.
No half
They've
measures.
already gone zooming into the lead here. Thanks, Jules. Annabelle.
I didn't really like the video because I know you're not supposed to understand them, but it sort of didn't really do anything. I found the song was more like a gypsy song than a circus song. It's quite sort of jolly. Old Gordon was swinging along there, quite, see? Yeah, it's very musical, actually. Yes. So I would say for the video 3, and the song I really liked 5.
Doing badly, this. 34 so far. 34, Dennis, your turn.
I thought the song was lovely as well. I like the accordion as well, the old touch of Irish there coming
That
into...
brought out the old, you know,
But he's got a very interesting voice, hasn't he? Very interesting voice. The video, same as Joe's, I thought the old glasses had gone a bit funny there. But, no, I'll give the song 4 and the video 3.
That means we have a grand total for Erasure of 41. They have, yeah, I'd say they've done a bit better than Glenn and Chris here. In fact, they've got more than double. Now, have we got time for a third video? I think we have. It's about rain. Rain in the summertime. We've had so much of that. It's the alarm. Touch of the old Spielbergs at the end of those clouds. Let's start with Dennis this time. Dennis, what did you think of that?
It was quite interesting. The video was, I think that was the best video. I liked the video there, the effects of it. The song's quite catchy as well. Points, I think I'll give the song 5 points for the song here and 4 for the video. I still think Glenn and Chris will do the best out of them all.
You still buy that one above any other. What about you, Annabelle?
I thought the song was awful, utterly, utterly, utterly awful, and I've never really been much of a U2 fan either.
Yes, I didn't want to say that really,
well,
but
I'll say it
exactly,
for
you say it for me.
You know, I was never a big U2
like
fan. I've never been an Alarm fan, and I think they should just try and get a bit of individuality and try and do their own thing instead of constantly plagiarising everyone else. 0 for the song.
Did the video make up pretty tall?
The video was all the clouds were nice. I give them 1 for turning up.
Good Lord, 1 mark. 10 so far.
Yes, generosity is obviously your watchword too. Yes, I must say, I think Dennis is right. Glenn and Chris is probably the most likely one to be a huge hit. I'd certainly say that. Yes, Dennis said something when we were watching. We didn't get to see these earlier, and I think it's true that it did look. And Dennis said this to me, and I think that it did look rather like it was shot around a Barrett show house in the background there, with all the nice tumbling down things.
A finished one.
Yes. And there it is again. Look, yes, lovely scenery. The light went again at the end of that one, didn't it? It was a shame there.
And there's the rain.
They all getting dark. I think they're a good group, and I think their heart's in the right place, more or less. You know, in their bods there. So, oh yeah. Oh well, I suppose 4 and 4.
4 and 4.
That's a bit on the fence for me, but
yeah, it is a bit on the fence for you.
It's
I think
Saturday, so
you're
why
being
not?
shilly-shallying around next to the phones. Kerry, what did you think?
Well, I agree. They did sound a lot like you two.
Does a
They
bit,
supported
doesn't
them,
it?
didn't they, at one of their concerts?
Yeah, picked up on that one.
I like the song a lot, and the video was simple but effective. So I'll give the video 4 and the song 4.
That's 8. So far we got to 26, I think, on The Alarm. Let's see what Ian has to say in Scotland.
I liked the song, it was good. The video was also good. I liked the way it linked with something to do with the song. So it started being in the summer, and then it started to rain. I thought that was good.
Yeah,
So I'd give the video 4. Because I like the song a lot, I'd give that 5.
Well, I really enjoy it when people really disagree about what they think.
He was voting on the weather, though, that bloke, wasn't he? Really? Liked a bit of rain and a
It's
bit of
called
sun.
Rain in the Summertime. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you, Ian.
Thank you, Kerry, as well. Thank you, Ian, Kerry. Thank you to all our video voters. Dennis, see you later at the press conference. Annabelle, we'll see you in a minute on Specs. Jules, you'll be around, won't you, this morning? You will, yeah. The final scores, we won't let you go yet. The final scores are Glenn and Chris have 20, Erasure 41, The Alarm 35. I don't think there's any doubt about it, really. As far as we're concerned, Erasure, it's certainly out in front. Be interesting to see what happens to that single. So now, thank you to everybody. We're going to bounce across to Philip, and he's going to be sailing. Oh!
I just dropped out the roof. It's like sitting in a giant cowpat. These look like prop legs. Look at this. I'm in an amoeba. You all right, Gordon? Very good. What a harsh video vote that was today. I thought it was very harsh indeed. Now then, I've never been very much of a sailor, it has to be said. Gordon's not too bad, are you? Quite good at it. But the other day, I went down to Cornwall to have a go at catamaraning. And this is how it turned out. There you are. Now, this is normally the way my sailing expeditions end up, in the drink. Now, if you follow me over here, introduce you to a chap who's one of the professionals, teach you how to do it. I'm ashore in Myla Harbour, which is just down the road from Falmouth in Cornwall, and here they run a catamaran clinic. It's the only place in Britain which will teach you how to sail the catamaran properly, and the man in charge is Brian Phipps.
Welcome ashore, Phil.
Thank you very much indeed.
You're looking
nice
wet.
to meet you, Brian. You nice
Good.
and dry?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Up there, you've got all the bits and pieces for the catamaran to put it together, first of all, haven't you?
We certainly have.
Good place to start.
Good place to start. Let's get going.
Teach me how to do it.
I will. Right, Phil. Here are all the pieces anyway. Let's get started. You take that beam.
Right.
I'll take that beam.
Right.
Off we go. Phil?
Yeah, it's the fastest you've ever put a boat up.
I reckon it is. But it's all together.
Right.
So let's get it in the water and let's show you how to sail it, eh?
Terrific.
Good. Let's go. OK, Phil. Well, I think the first thing we've got to teach you is how to trapeze and what trapezing is.
Right.
So let's turn the boat around and I'll start demonstrating.
I notice I'm out in the water again.
Oh, yes. Well, you're the guy who's already wet, so that should be OK. OK. If you like to come round here, I'll start showing you what to do. Right, this is the trapeze wire, and this is the bit that you hang out on,
Right.
standing on the side of the boat to stop it capsizing.
Okay.
Sometimes the wind is blowing so strong the boat's trying to lean over,
Yeah.
and you counteract that by leaning out.
So that's what all this is for.
That's what all that lot is for, and the hook on the front there.
Right.
Okay, so I'll show you.
Yeah.
First thing you got to do is be in the position that you would be normally when you're sailing, just leaning out like this. Lean over and pick up the ring. Clip it up onto your harness, and then put your weight on the hook all the time like that.
Yep.
Rear hand on the toe loop, lean back, put your front foot up into the front loop, and then push back and out, keeping your front leg very straight. That's important, because if you don't, you'll fall forwards. Lean back, keep your body level with the boat all the time.
Right.
And if necessary, just adjust yourself up or down so that you're level with the boat.
Okay.
Okay?
Fair enough.
Now,
What are all
sometimes...
these bits down here for?
Yeah, that's a good point. Sometimes the boat's going very fast and the nose starts to drop slightly and you need to get your weight back. So what you do is you lean back, pick up this hook, and then carefully but quickly pull yourself back into this position and hook yourself up to stop yourself going forwards. That stops you moving forwards all the time.
Fair enough.
And again, adjust yourself so that you're level with the boat.
Right.
Now, when you go back into the front position, adjust yourself, unhook, but don't let go. Because if you do let go, this will happen. You'll go running off up the boat, and you're going to moonwalk back to this position if you're lucky.
All right, well, that's fair enough. I think I've got it all settled. Let's get out in the water. So, fair enough.
You take that side, I'll take this side.
So I just pull it out?
Just pull it back gently. Now we'll turn it around towards the wind. If you jump on the boat now, That's it. Kneel in the middle. Hold on to those jib sheets. The rope's in the middle there.
This one here, right?
I'll come and join you.
So complicated here.
Put the rudders down.
Right.
Pull the sails in.
What?
Okay.
Pull this tight then,
Move
yeah?
forwards. I'll let that one go.
Right.
Just slide forwards now, up into this area of the boat. Well done. We're away. Right. Moving out into the wind. We're looking forwards. And we're trying to get the boat level all the time.
It's a rope all over the place.
Slide your weight forward slightly.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Let your sail out a bit. See that chance we're going crazy?
Oh, yeah.
And again, that's it. We're away. Perhaps now we can try and see if we can get you out on the trapeze, okay?
Oh, no.
Well, we've got to give it a go at some point.
Right.
Pull your sail in tight. Okay, let's get yourself in the position, that's good. Tip up the wire first, as you'll fall out the side of the boat.
Yes, that's a good idea.
That's it.
Right.
Backside over the edge.
Yep.
That's it. Backhand on the toe strap here.
Yep.
Front leg first, front leg. That's it. And push yourself up and out. Well done. Whoa,
Oh, my
whoa,
goodness.
moonwalking. Moonwalking. Front leg straight,
Right, okay.
back leg bent. That's it.
It was a
Right.
dodgy moment for there. I thought I was going in then.
Lay back flat, release your hands. That's it. Walk back. Take your jib sheet, because you need that in case you need to turn.
Right.
Excellent. Okay,
It's a bit dodgy out here, you know,
You
Brian.
reckon? I think you're doing a great job. Right, let's put a turn in then. We're going to do a tack, okay? That means we're going to point the nose up towards the wind.
Yeah.
Rudders go down. Get ready to let your jib go. Free your jib. That's it. Cross the boat. Come out the other side. That's it. That was a bit close.
What do you think about people in motorboats? I mean, this is all very close to nature, isn't it, really? What about motorboats and things herring through the water?
I think we've all got our place. And I think motorboats can be great fun. The nice thing about catamarans is you get lots of power, lots of speed for relatively little effort, and no noise, of course. It's all done by the wind, so it's free. Okay, you ready to turn? Get it down, lean out.
I can't lean out anymore.
Oh, stretch your back, put your hands behind your head.
Actually, we're a long way away from the shore. Gordon! It's the coast. You move out of the way, Gordon. How did you get out here?
I'll have to go around.
Shift out of the way! For goodness sake. How did you get that boat?
Now come off, come in, and tap. You ready?
Yep. All right, Brian. Well, thank you very much indeed. That was a terrific day. I think I've just about got it sussed now.
I think you have, Phil. There's just one last thing
Oh, Brian!
I've got to tell you about. That's capsizing, Phil.
Is it?
It is. Now I better show you how to
I'm
right
going
it.
in.
Grab hold of this rope. Grab hold of this. Hang on to the boat, Phil. You won't get back to it else.
Which rope do I grab hold of?
Just come back here. Just come back here if you would.
Yes, well, that's very good. I'm about ready for lesson 2 now, Brian. It was a very wet moment for me there. Very wet.
Look at these.
Ready.
Wait, Philip Schofield's legs.
Yes, Would you leave now? Sorry. There we are. And you little thing, you stayed dry, didn't you? Yes, it just so happens that I've got spray. There you are. Now you're wet. The end of my catamaraning career, I think. Sarah, smart talk, please. Come here, come here. I've got you, you're soaking wet through.
Brilliant. Well done, Philip. Just have to say that. Smart Talk. Welcome to Smart Talk. As you saw, there are a lot of famous people there wearing glasses who've almost made, well, built their image around their glasses. And who better to come and advise us what kind of glasses to wear than our very own style expert, Smart Talk expert even, Annabelle Giles.
Hello.
Now, how long have you been wearing glasses?
I was first told I had to wear glasses when I was 7, and I remember being very upset because I thought I'd look boring, I'd look schooly, swattish, and no one would ever talk to me. And at the time it was very hard because there weren't that many frames available, but now, as we shall see, there are millions and hundreds and thousands of them, all very colourful, very bright, and a big, wide range.
So if you discover you've had your eyes tested at school or you've been taken along to the doctor to have your eyes tested, you discover you need glasses, what's the first thing you do?
Well, smartly go to an optician, I should think. Now, the thing is, when you're choosing frames, take somebody with you who you can trust, like your mum or a good friend, because it's very hard. The thing is, if you wear glasses, you need glasses, you try on the frames and you can't see what you look like in them, which is why you need the glasses. Bit of a vicious circle. So, take someone with you who knows what suits you, what doesn't, or someone whose opinion you trust. And also, don't feel pressurised at all. If the optician's standing over you going, it's been here 3 hours, you know, God, I wish they'd hurry up, etc. Take as much time as you like. Go back the next week. Wait until the shop's shut and be the first on the doorstep the next morning. Don't rush it.
You have got to wear these things every day
exactly.
now,
It's
haven't
more
you? So
important
it's very
than buying a pair of shoes, anything else.
You have made a couple of mistakes when you first chose. I'm not saying this because I'm passing judgment. It's what you have shown me earlier on. Now, you see, I don't think those look too bad with the short hair.
It's all right now. When I bought them, I had long, sort of girly, long, luscious hair, and I looked like a sort of hippie Joe 90. Not really right. And the other ones, I made a terrible mistake with these, which are far too wide for my face.
I think those look great.
Well, Sarah, come to me when you need glasses, please, please. But they're far too wide, really, for my face.
Yes, they do make your face disappear a little.
So what I ended up with was these, which I think, which I think look all right, really, don't they? They
yes,
seem to
they
suit
do. What do you
quite
think,
well.
guys? You like those?
Yeah. Yes, thank you, my friends.
That's right. You've bought lots of people who you haven't bribed to say nice things.
No, I haven't.
Some of whom wear glasses, some of whom don't. But it might be quite a good idea to get them to try on some specs so that you can demonstrate how to choose the right type of glasses for your face. I mean, is that what you go by, just the shape of your face?
I think so, not necessarily what's in fashion, because the other thing about buying a fashionable pair is that next year they won't be fashionable and they can be very expensive. So don't buy anything too outlandish. I think it's most important to choose something that suits you. That's what matters.
We've got a gentleman sitting just behind you here.
Here we are.
Hello, my dear. You've got a pair of specs there. Are these your own specs?
No.
These are ones that Annabelle's picked out.
Selected special.
Let's have a look.
Have a look now. I think those look jolly nice because they're oval, so they emphasise the ovals in the shape of his face. What do you think? Now, we've brought along a mirror. They've not seen... I've tried them on before, but they've not seen them yet, so we've got an on-the-spot reaction.
Right.
What do you think?
I think they're all right.
You think they're all right? You see? You see?
You do like this. What about the young lady sitting behind you,
Well, now,
Annabelle?
these are your own glasses, aren't they? These are... Now, if you can show everybody the ones I chose for you. Now, I think these look quite pretty because they're delicate for a very pretty face, and also the gold rims could go very nicely with jewellery and sort of general accessories. And I think they look quite nice. Now, here's your mirror. What do you think?
Oh, they're nice.
Do you like them?
Yeah, they're much nicer than my other ones.
Oh, well, there you go.
They do actually emphasise your eyes a lot more.
You can see my face more.
That's right. You're not
exactly.
hidden behind them.
Yeah.
I have to ask here, Annabelle, while we're going along, you put your specs on while we're just chatting. Would those ones that you chose be a lot more expensive, do you think? I mean, You said there's a huge range of look. Is there
Yes.
also a range of price?
There is. They range from £10 to £1,000, really. But you'll find copies of everything. It's the same as designer clothes. Someone somewhere will copy it for much cheaper. Another idea is to go to a local market or a junk shop or something and get an old pair and take out the lenses and take them down to, or the optician will take the lenses out, take them down there, and he'll put in your lenses. So, I mean, those can cost 5p in a jumble sale. So they needn't be very expensive.
So you can almost recycle your frames?
Yes, absolutely.
What about these? Now, these are like very, very simple.
They are. I'll tell you why I chose him, because he's got a very, very distinctive face. So there's no point in adding more to it, like a very heavy frame or a very colourful one, because he'll look busy, a bit like a Christmas tree, maybe. So I thought these were quite good, because they're almost invisible, but you know that you can still see his marvellous, strong features.
Let's see what you think.
Here we are. Look, here's the mirror.
Are those plastic lenses?
They
or
are.
glass
They are.
lenses?
Plastic is better because it's lighter, and you can get them coated with a non-scratch surface, but they're better because they don't sort of weigh you down, you know.
What do you think?
I wouldn't wear them.
You don't like those?
No.
Maybe
What
your
type
mother
would you
would.
go for?
I wouldn't. I'd wear contact lenses. I think all glasses.
You try and wear contact
All
lenses,
of
but
Yes.
not contact lenses aren't suitable for all people.
Yes, you see, I can
unfortunately,
only
are
wear them part-time. So what would you do if you had to wear glasses?
You choose a more sort of...
You'd like a more definite frame?
Yes.
Yes, well, I'll see you later.
Let's come and move along to this lady here, because you're someone who actually does wear glasses.
Yes,
aren't
those are
you?
your own, aren't they? Now, if you can pop on the ones that we chose. Now, I've added on here a little sort of zoomy strap thing, which is for people that don't need them all the time. Now, you needn't wear, you normally see sort of old ladies in gold chains and silver chains and sort of dodgy old things. These, I think, look quite nice. They actually go with what you're wearing by chance. You can get them in all sorts of different colours. But I thought these were nice because she's got a nice straight brow line. And if you see, the top of the glasses are straight as well. That's another clue. If you haven't really got much idea, follow the shape of your brow line. Some people have ones that go up, down, sideways. You've got nice long ones. So I thought those suited. Also, they're a delicate frame for a delicate face.
I think those
think?
I quite like those. Do you like them?
I like the glasses, but I don't like this bit.
You don't like
like
those
the
bits.
strap.
They might be quite practical though when you're jumping around. Now, unfortunately, that is all we've got time for,
no,
Annabelle.
but I've got some for
I
Dennis.
know you've got some for Dennis, but perhaps you could put them on him at the end of the press conference. We'll
Why not?
surprise him with them.
Why
Pretend
not?
that he's not sitting behind us and listening. Thanks very much. You're back in a few weeks' time talking
Yes.
about customising your folders,
Yeah.
and we'll look forward to seeing you then. Now it's over to Philip.
And these are mine for the first time ever on telly. I don't wear them because the lights reflect off them, you see. I use contact lenses. Now, a new feature on Going Live, and also something of a first for Children's BBC. We're going to meet two new foreign correspondents, and they're aged 13 and 14. We're going to call them our Newsround Newshounds, and the names are Lucy Knowles, who's from Fleetwood in Lancashire, and also Simon Hearn, who's from Newport in South Wales. Now, they're among the 10 winners of a special contest to find new journalists. It was run by the charity Sport Aid, and their prize is to travel to 3 continents, and they take a Newsround camera crew with them and report on the special projects that are using the money that was raised in the race against time. Do you remember that was when millions of people from dozens of countries all got together in a sponsored run, and apparently there is another one planned for next year. Now, Lucy and Stephen's assignments were to look at schemes to help the handicapped in underdeveloped countries, and also at a campaign to look at how to prevent diseases in young children, diseases that can easily be prevented. And their topic was very much in the news this week, with Princess Anne, the Princess Royal, telling charities and governments that they're not doing enough to save the lives of millions of children. She called it a silent emergency. So let's meet Lucy and Stephen as they travel quite a way away to Zimbabwe in southern Africa. And this is what our newshounds found. Very strong film. Excellent, and well done to Lucy and Stephen. There will be more films from our Newsround Newshounds coming up in future weeks on Going Live.
This is really unbelievable. He's done it. Dennis Taylor, for the first time, becomes Embassy World Snooker Champion 1985.
Our guests this morning on the press conference, Steve Davis and Dennis Taylor. Yeah! Right, well, we'll start with the questions from the floor. Terry Kavanagh.
What do you think the best size snooker table for beginners is?
Well, yeah, I think it depends really on the size of your house and the room you've got. So first of all, if you're going to get a small table, you've got to look at what room you're going to put it in, right? Then you've got to think, well, you need some room round the side for the cue, and possibly 4 foot or 6 foot. There's 4 foot tables and 6 foot tables. Either one of those pot black ones, all play on the pot black snooker table, all the small ones. So, but in your home, that's best.
Any call on the phone? Are we ready for a phone call? Line 4, Benjamin. What's your question?
If you had a rough game of snooker, would you still be friends after the snooker match?
I hate this fella.
I mean, it has happened, hasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it's one of the things that we are very, very close friends. We all get on very well together. We travel all over the world together. But when you get on the table, every game's a rough game. You want to beat your opponent so badly. And then when it's over, you're back friends again.
So it's just something that lasts the duration of the match,
Well, just while the game's on, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's very few of the players don't get on with each other, really. In general, we all get on OK. We know we've got to play well and try and beat the other player, and then all of a sudden, when it's finished, you understand that and get on with the next game, really.
That's right. Thank you very much indeed for your call. Gary Bales. Where's Gary?
What was going through your mind, Dennis, what was going through your mind when you left Steve the black boy in the World Championship?
Well, I thought I'd lost it at one stage. When I missed the final shot, just before that last shot on the black, I thought I'd missed it and it was coming back over the top pocket, so I walked to the chair and I thought I'd lost the game. And when I turned around, I seen that it was a fairly thinnish cut for Steve. And because there was so much pressure on the shot, he overcut the shot and left that easy black for me. So it was great to win after 13 years trying to win it. It was unlucky for Steve, but he'd won it 3 times anyway, so...
I think I should have gone for a double on the black instead.
Yes. Did you see that little crafty move there? I tried to do it so subtly. Do you want to get rid of one of your phones,
please.
the one that doesn't
You have
work?
that one, go on. That's it, right.
Collecting phones again. Another question from the floor?
Yeah, sure. OK. Rachel Clark.
Do you not smile on the television because you're nervous in matches or not?
No, I don't smile because it's so hard. It works. It's so hard to play the game anyway that really I think you're lucky if you can smile and concentrate on doing what you're doing. And whatever you decide to do in your work when you get older, it's really tough to smile and concentrate as well. So I find it so hard to play that I can't smile. And Dennis is different. See, Dennis is good, he's lovely, because Dennis can crack a joke and then concentrate again, and then you can sort of go back to the concentration. But I can't do that. If I started trying to make jokes, I'd have to think too hard about the jokes because I don't really know any.
Well, the thing is, Steve in his exhibitions smiles and has a lot of fun with the people as well. It's just when he's playing, he feels that's the way he's got to play.
Jason, you've got a call on line 3, haven't you? Jason?
Yes, hello.
Hello, Jason.
This is a question for both of you, Steve and Dennis.
Thank you,
What
Jason.
did your parents want you to be when you were a little boy?
Oh, that's a good question.
You better
Jason.
ask first, because
Well, I'm a bit older than Steve. In fact, Jason, my dad wanted me to be an electrician. He wanted me to be a bright spark, I suppose. But that was terrible, wasn't it, bright spark? But I didn't become an electrician and finished up. I was very, very lucky to be a snooker player. And Steve Davis is making me laugh here.
Well, I
Come on, Steve,
didn't really have any ideas what I wanted to do. My mother and father really, the only thing they wanted to make sure was I got sort of good education exams and took them. But I started getting quite good at snooker about the age of O-levels. And I was going to do some sort of form in government or perhaps be an accountant or a clerk in an office or something, but I didn't really have any ideas, and I don't think my parents did, really.
An accountant, you'd have been a good accountant because he's got a good head for money, Steve. He's got a slot in it here.
which leads us very nicely on to our question from Amanda Neiman. Is Amanda around? Yes, Amanda.
I'd like to know, in what way has your life changed when you became rich and famous?
Well, he's rich and famous. I haven't become rich yet.
I think you get recognised in the street so much more often, and there's a few things that helps. I mean, say you're in a restaurant and it's all full up, and you're quite a well-known personality on the television, they always seem to make a table for you. It's lovely, you know. There's a lot of perks, I think.
What, make the table?
They make the table.
What about disadvantages, Steve? Any disadvantages that you've found?
Well, I mean, other than possibly sometimes, occasionally, your private life gets peered into, but I think anybody on the television gets that eventually. Yeah. But that's not really that much of a disadvantage.
Yeah, I think people that say they don't like getting recognised or don't like signing autographs are fibbing, really, because in the initial stage they want to be recognised. So when you get it, you might as well enjoy it, because people, the biggest majority of people, are lovely, really.
Do you think you'd like to be famous? What do you reckon at this stage? When you're this age, when everybody would think I'd like to be famous, even there's not many things that.
Yeah, I think so. I'd like to.
Has that answered your question? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got one that was rung in earlier on, a question from Graham Neal, who rang in from Belfast, and wants to know, Dennis, what interested you in snooker in the first place?
Well, the little place I came from, Coal Island, it's only a small town, and they had a little club there. The violins are going here with Steve. They had a private club with 2 tables. I was allowed in when I was 9 years of age, and when I seen the snooker table and the balls, the green cloth, it fascinated me. And it was just a little private club, no members or no drink or anything. And that was it. It absolutely fascinated me. And I think that's why so many people watch it, when they see the colours and the coloured balls, the way the players dress.
How long was it before you were allowed to join in there?
Well, I started playing. I was allowed to play the odd game, when I was 9 years of age, but didn't really start playing seriously until I was about 14.
Mm-hmm. OK, a fast one, a quick one. Jason. Very quick one.
Steve, now that you're a professional snooker player, do you have any other ambitions to fulfil?
No, well, I've had a good laugh. When you're a personality, the other perk is that you get to do other things. Like you can come on programmes like Going Live, or I did a bit of DJing for a little while, things like that. I wanted to play the piano like Jules Holland for a little while, but then I realised I didn't really want to learn. So I think I'm quite pleased at the moment with the way things have gone, and I think probably Dennis is the same situation.
Well, thank you both very much indeed.
Before we go, I've just got something from Annabelle, who wanted desperately to give you these, Dennis. She feels it's going to improve your life no end. There we are. We think we should have a quick look at Dennis. There we are. Obviously, everybody approves of those. We'll be back with you at 9:30 next week. We say a very big thank you to Steve and Dennis and everybody else for the press conference this morning. Thank you to everybody who's been along, Squeeze and Annabelle and everybody else. But next week, we have Gerald Durrell, who's going to have some fabulous news about a competition where you could go on safari to Kenya.
There's also music from Terence Trent D'Arby as well.
Tim Furness is going to be here talking about 30 years of Russian spaceflight.
And Mark Chase finds out about rock's hottest hit makers as well.
I think he gets a chance to go into a studio. But now, let's leave you with a very quick look at last week's winner on the pop panel, on the video vote rather. Remember who that was? That was Billy Idol, and it was
Money! Bye-bye!
Well, tomorrow morning at 9:15 on BBC2.